Actually, if you think about it, the world can feel really loud lately. It feels like every time we turn on the news, there are these massive numbers flying around. We hear about trillions of dollars being spent or lost. And honestly, it can feel a little bit like a scam. Not necessarily because someone is lying, but because the numbers are so big, they stop feeling real. They start feeling like just a way to keep us in a state of constant worry. Today, I wanted to sit down with you and just breathe through some of the noise. You might have seen headlines about a trillion-dollar situation being exposed and about how certain people are feeling very defensive about those figures. It is a lot to take in, especially when it involves things as heavy as war and national budgets. But you know, my goal here is never to make you feel more anxious. It is to help you take that big, scary noise and turn it into something you can actually handle. Something that makes sense for your life, because at the end of the day, the most important budget is the one that allows you to sleep at night. There is a lot of talk about how much things truly cost. Some say 25 billion, others say it is in the trillions. And when experts like Mark Kelly or Justin Wolfers start talking about the deeper costs, they are not just talking about missiles or weapons, they are talking about the ripples that touch all of us. They are talking about geopolitical risk, which sounds very academic, but in reality, it just means a world that feels less stable. It means interest rates staying higher for longer, which affects your mortgage and your ability to plan for the future. It means a stock market that feels jittery instead of steady. It is easy to get lost in the politics of it all. But if we stay at the surface of the argument, we miss the opportunity to protect ourselves. The reality is that when massive amounts of wealth are diverted, the individual person often feels the squeeze. We see it in rising premiums, we see it in discontinued plans, and we see it in that low-level hum of stress that follows us around. I often think about how we can build a system that shields us from this, not by ignoring the world, but by being so grounded in our own habits that the headlines cannot knock us over. It is like when we talk about the reflecting pool in DC, painting it blue to hide the algae instead of fixing the leaks. So much of financial advice out there is just blue paint. It is a quick fix or a flashy distraction. But the real work is in fixing the leaks. It is in understanding where your money is going, and why. It is in realizing that you do not need a golden dome or a gold card to be secure. You just need a plan that is built on facts and patience. When people start promising $5 trillion from selling cards, or when the defense budget doubles in just a few years, our intuition tells us that something is not quite right. That is your inner wisdom speaking, and I want you to listen to it. You do not have to be a senator or a famous economist to know that stability comes from care and consistency, not from chaos and debt. I know it feels overwhelming when the numbers get this large. $4,000 per household is a specific number being mentioned, and for many families, that is not just a statistic, it is a car repair. It is a grocery bill. It is the difference between a stressful month and a peaceful one. It is so important to remember that you are the steward of your own peace. Even when the world feels like it is running out of ammo or running out of ideas, you can choose to focus on the things you can control. You can choose to look at your own accounts with kindness. You can choose to simplify your investments so they do not cause you extra grief. The Big Short was a movie about people who saw the truth when no one else wanted to. And while we are not trying to bet against the world, we can certainly choose to see the truth of our own situations. We can choose to say no to the systems that do not make sense for us. We can choose to find advisors who actually compare the plans and look out for our needs. Because navigating things like Medicare or retirement should not be a battle, it should be a gentle transition into a period of life where you get to enjoy what you have built. It is okay to feel a little bit flat or a little bit tired of the noise. I feel it too. Some days the world just feels a bit heavy, but then I remember that the sun still comes up and the power of compounding is still working quietly in the background, and that a good cup of tea and a clear plan can solve a lot of problems. We are not here to win a race against anyone else. We are just here to make sure we are okay. And honestly, being okay is a huge victory. It is a quiet, beautiful win that does not need a trophy. So if you find yourself worrying about the trillion-dollar headlines, just take a second to bring your focus back to the here. And now, look at your own garden, look at your own goals, and remember that you are doing the best you can with what you have, and that is always enough. We are building a life of DT, one choice at a time, one day at a time. We are learning to see through the hype and the scams, and we are learning to trust ourselves. Again, money is just a tool. It is the fuel for the car, but you are the one who decides the destination. And if your destination is a life of peace and stability, then you are already on the right track. It does not matter if the budget is 1 trillion or 10 trillion. Your value is not defined by those numbers. Your value is in your character, your kindness, and your ability to keep going even when it is loud. So let us keep supporting each other. Let us keep asking the questions that matter, and let us keep building that soft, strong foundation that will carry us through anything. I am so grateful to have you here in this space. It feels like we are creating a little island of logic in a sea of confusion, and that is a very special thing. Thank you for trusting me with your time, and thank you for being part of this conversation. It means the world to me. Actually, it means more than $1 trillion, because human connection and shared peace are the only things that truly grow in value over time. Everything else is just math, but this is life, so take a deep breath, be gentle with yourself today, and I will see you in the next one. Actually, before I go, I just want to say that it is okay to be frustrated. It is okay to look at the waste and the fraud and feel a sense of unfairness. But do not let that frustration turn into a lack of action for your own future. The best way to respond to a chaotic world is to be a calm individual. The best way to handle a system that feels broken is to build your own system that works. You have the tools, you have the intelligence, and you have the heart to do this. We are just taking it one step at a time. No more, no less. Just one gentle step forward, and that is how the best lives are made. Not through grand gestures or billion-dollar bets, but through the small, quiet choices that reflect who we truly are. So let us stay focused on the truth. Let us stay focused on each other, and let us stay focused on the peace that we deserve. It is waiting for us just on the other side of the noise. It is a beautiful day to be alive, even if it is a little bit dreary outside, because we have a plan, and we have a community, and we have a future that is worth protecting. So keep your head up, keep your heart open, and remember that you are never alone in this. We are all walking each other home. And I am so glad to be walking with you. Bye for now. Actually, just one more thing, remember that your voice matters too. The more we talk about these things with logic and kindness, the less power the scary headlines have. So keep sharing your stories, keep asking your questions, and keep being the wonderful person that you are. The world needs more people like you, people who care enough to listen and learn, and that is the real strength of any country. It is not the munitions or the interceptor rounds. It is the people who believe in a better, quieter, more stable future for everyone. So let us keep believing and let us keep working towards it. Together, it is going to be okay. Actually, it is going to be better than okay. It is going to be peaceful. And that is the greatest wealth of all, so take care. And I will see you very soon. I promise. Bye. Actually, I was just thinking about how we use words like historic and significant to describe these massive budgets. But the most significant thing in your life is your own sense of agency, the ability to choose how you react to the world around you. And I think that is a very powerful thought. No matter what is happening in a classified briefing or a congressional hearing, you still have the power to organize your own finances and prioritize your own well-being. That is something no one can take away from you. It is your private fortress of peace, and it is worth building with care. So do not let the big numbers make you feel small. You are the center of your own universe, and you have everything you need to succeed. I am just here to remind you of that every once in a while, because we all need a little reminder sometimes. Life is a journey, not a destination, and money is just the ticket for the train. So make sure you enjoy the view along the way. It is a pretty incredible view if you know where to look. So look for the good, look for the quiet, and look for the truth. It is always there, just beneath the surface, waiting to be found. And once you find it, stay kind and stay grounded. You are doing a great job. I will see you later. Really, bye this time. Take care.